from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, September 30th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Plenty of police presence in West Hazleton this morning. With guns drawn, police from West Hazleton, and State Police, along with officers with the U.S. Marshal's Office, converged on a home on East Green Street. Officials say they were there to serve a warrant on a man from New York who was allegedly at the home. The man was not home this morning, but inside the home, police discovered a stolen gun, which is now in their possession. No further information was available by police. WYLN is continuing to follow this story, and we'll have more details as they become available. A man in Hanover Township was stabbed while out for an early morning stroll. According to police, 26-year-old Prescott Genzel was out for a walk around 2:30 Sunday morning when he was assaulted by three unidentified males on Hazel and Newport Streets. He was stabbed 3 times on his left side and twice on his thigh. Genzel was immediately taken to a local hospital for treatment. Anyone with information on this stabbing is asked to call police in Hanover Township at 570-825-1254. Authorities found 5 dead cats and a mess inside an East 5th Street apartment in Hazleton. Neighbors said there was a stench coming from inside. Humane Society police officer Wayne Harvey of Wilkes-Barre said officials found 4 dead adult cats and a dead kitten. There were no living animals inside 511 East 5th Street. He said a tenant moved out and left the apartment a mess with overflowing litter boxes and fleas everywhere. Harvey called it, quote, shambles. It's not certain yet whether charges will be filed. Beaver Meadows police arrested 2 men just after 8 o'clock Monday evening for possession of narcotics among similar charges. According to police, 32-year-old Jesse Hess and 30-year-old Justin Stevens were pulled over by police for faulty lighting equipment on the vehicle. Hess, who was driving the vehicle, was asked to step out of the vehicle and be patted down due to suspicion. Police found rolled up money with a white powder inside, which tested positive for heroin. Once police searched the car, they found 2 glass-lined baggies used for packaging heroin and an empty beer can underneath the passenger's front seat. Stevens was charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and released to the custody of his brother. Hess was wanted by state police in Hazleton for alleged retail theft. He was transported to the barracks after refusing to take a toxicology test. A Wilkes-Barre couple is wanted by police for interfering with the custody of children. According to police, 44-year-old Warren and 41-year-old Thania Connors may be in the custody of 2 young girls ages 11 and 2 years old. Police say they may be driving a gray minivan and are unknown of the license plate. Police did not release any more information other than they are, quote, wanted for interference with the custody of children. Anyone with information on their whereabouts is asked to call Officer Duffy with the Wilkes-Barre City Police Department at 570-208-4118. Wilkes-Barre Police and Code Enforcement shut down what they termed an illegal boarding house Tuesday afternoon. They also seized 4 semi-automatic handguns, 2 of which were stolen, along with marijuana, heroin, crack cocaine, prescription pills, and over $1,000 in cash and ammunition. 24-year-old Andre Allen is facing a list of charges. The incident started with a reported assault at or near the house on Hazel and Nicholson Street about 11:30 a.m. The Giants Despair Road in Laurel Run was closed down due to a tractor-trailer accident. The accident occurred around 2 a.m. Wednesday morning. The road was closed between Pine Run Road and Dickerson Street. The truck was hauling sheets of plywood. According to officials on scene, 1 person was injured and was taken to a local hospital. This year, the White House Blue Room Christmas tree has been chosen from a tree farm in Pennsylvania. Bustard's Tree Farm in Lehighton was chosen as the 2015 National Christmas Tree Association Grand Champion winner of the National Tree Contest. The tree, which was officially chosen this morning from a slew of trees at their farm, will be delivered to the White House sometime between November and December. The chosen tree was given a special red, white, and blue ribbon this morning. Glenn and Jay Bustard and their family will present the White House Christmas tree, which will be displayed in the Blue Room. The Bustards, along with previous winners of the National Christmas Tree Association contest, have been providing the White House with the annual Christmas tree since 1966. Statewide, there were big drops in scores on assessment tests known as the PSSAs. Overall, there was a 31% drop in math scores and a 9% drop in English scores. This is the first round of testing done under the Common Core curriculum. Education Secretary Pedro Rivera called the exam fundamentally different and cautioned against comparing this year's scores with last year's. About 26% of students scored proficient on the math test, while 13.5% scored advanced. In English, 42.5% scored proficient and 17.5% scored advanced. Some parents blame the lower scores on Common Core itself, saying it's resulted in an unnecessarily convoluted and complicated approach to math instruction. More big drops in commercial assessments in Luzerne County. Among them is the Amazon warehouse in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Its value was dropped to $30 million, a $2 million decrease. It sold last year for $40 million. The Wyoming Valley Country Club in Hanover Township got a $1.1 million reduction. Its assessment is now $2.8 million. Fairchild Semiconductor in the Crestwood Industrial Park in Mountaintop got the biggest reduction, a drop of $8.7 million. It's now assessed at $12.75 million. There were several other large commercial properties to receive assessment reductions. The reason that's important is because the actual amount of taxes they pay is based on the assessment, and the assessment drops, so does the tax bill. The difference has to be made up somewhere. This Friday is another First Friday celebration for the Downtown Hazleton Alliance. The Wiltsey Center is involved this time and will have a free concert open for the public. Debbie Rosado, singer, songwriter, and musician, will be performing her Believe show at the Wiltsey Center as part of the Downtown Hazleton First Friday, this Friday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. The show is free to the entire public and everyone is encouraged to attend. So make sure to stop by the Wiltsey Center this Friday to see Debbie Rosado perform live in concert. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Fall is certainly in the air and lots of rain to talk about for the rest of this week as these tropical storms head up the East Coast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, what can we expect weather-wise for the rest of the week?
Well, it looks like it's going to be kind of cool and rainy as we progress through the next couple of days, and definitely seen quite a bit of rain as we were through the early morning hours and even this afternoon. But notice the rain moving away from our area. Now we just have pretty much some leftover drizzle occurring across our area, but we're not done with the rain yet because we still have quite a bit to talk about as we progress through the rest of this week. And these morning temperatures actually weren't too bad in terms of low temperatures, but tell you what, the next couple of mornings it's even going to get cooler across our area. Bit of a chill in the air compared to the last couple days. Temperatures generally holding right now in the 60s, and all eyes continue to be focused on now Hurricane Joaquin. There he is. And I'll be talking about if, in fact, he'll be impacting the eastern part of the United States and what that's going to mean for our 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, Hazleton City Council can't decide on who will fill the seat on council, so it's been sent to President Judge Dick Hughes. Details on that decision coming up. Plus, a look at what the city is planning on doing with the empty lot on Broad and Laurel Streets in the city. That and much more coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with meteorologist Joe Garbachik, Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
One of the largest fairs on the East Coast, the 160th Bloomsburg Fair, September 26th to October 3rd. Enjoy a full lineup of entertainment and great shows. Cinderella carriage rides daily, agricultural displays, competitive livestock shows, the Big Cat Encounter, and sky rides. The fair barns include over 1,400 animals. Always a wide variety of food vendors. Visit us online at bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-784-4949.
The Brass Buckle in Cunningham features a wide variety of Tex-Mex and modern Mexican food. Dine inside or outside on their beautiful patio. They also offer a private banquet room with seating up to 110 people. The Brass Buckle, 334 Main Street in Cunningham. Call 570-788-4145.
Hazel Drugs does more than fill prescriptions. They know your needs and have been serving the Hazleton area since 1868. That's over 147 years. They accept all prescription insurances, offer convenient parking, drive-through service, and free prescription delivery. They carry the highest quality vitamins and supplements with a certified clinical nutritionist on staff to answer your questions. They can customize your prescriptions, specializing in natural hormones, children's compounding, and animal medications. Hazel Drugs, America's oldest compounding pharmacy and Hazleton's oldest business. Let their family take care of your family.
Several positions are available at the Keystone Job Corps Center. Part-time CDL driving position, and in the cafeteria, full-time senior cook, full-time cook, and a part-time kitchen helper. Visit mtctrains.com to apply.
There is still a vacant seat on Hazleton City Council. WYLN's Gary Perna has more on what's next.
Tuesday night, Hazleton City Council voted to let a county judge pick the replacement for Keith Bass. The replacement will only sit on council for 3 months. Council member Dr. David Sosar said at the meeting he would not pick a person because the seat has turned into a political football. Sosar and fellow council member Gene Mope both said at the meeting that they've received phone calls and were stopped by people asking them to put their name through to be the next city council member. But they did not share any names. Sosar said the best thing to do is let a judge make the decision. That way, no council member is influencing on anyone.
When a name was mentioned and things started getting out of hand with everybody talking about who was going to be, who was going to take this position and who wasn't, things have gotten a little bit out of hand. And I'm going to tell you right now, city council members have been badgered, city council members have had veiled threats, you name it, ever since. I'm a big boy, I can handle it.
As we've been reporting, there were at least 8 people in for the job. That number has grown to 9. Tony Colombo, Linda Spallellon, Antonio Rodriguez, Victor Perez, John Leonard, Dee Dicos, Ted Shira, and Norman Tarantino. Kimberly Attor announced late Tuesday that she was withdrawing her name from consideration. Now that the resumes are being sent to the Luzerne County Courthouse, it will take anywhere from now and up to a month or two for a judge to possibly name someone to fill that vacant seat. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce provides valuable information, services, and networking opportunities to their members, improving the business climate and quality of life in Greater Hazleton. Keep up with current chamber events by liking them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, or their online calendar of events at hazletonchamber.org. Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, helping enhance the quality of life in the Greater Hazleton area. For more information, visit their website or contact their friendly staff at 570-455-1509.
Did you know that suicide rates are on the rise in Luzerne and Wyoming counties? Did you know that over 100 Americans commit suicide every day? And did you know that you can help prevent suicide? I'm Jeffrey Waugh, and I'm here to tell you there is help. If you or someone you know is depressed, dial 800-273-TALK or the emergency helpline at 211. For more information and suicide prevention tips, visit any of these websites. Together, we can save lives.
Theodora's Restaurant in Drums, Pennsylvania, the area's premier spot for delicious American cuisine. Open for lunch and dinner, Chef Drew's diverse menu, including his weekly specials, certain to satisfy any appetite, and our ambiance, as appealing as our cuisine. We offer a variety of settings, indoor dining, private rooms, indoor and outdoor bars, and beautiful patio seating. Whether you want a meal out or to throw an event, from an intimate party to wedding, check us out. Theodora's Restaurant, American cuisine, world-class ambiance.
Boy, what a difference a day makes. We've been dealing with some relatively warm temperatures, and today, boy, I tell you what, with that system coming through, brought us a lot of rain, and it's also bringing us some very cool conditions and some very windy conditions. Also, just a little bit of some drizzle, some areas of fog left here outside our station in Hazleton, but we have some more rain heading in our direction. I'll explain in just a little bit, but onto the graphic for the day. And we just had a lot of rain through the overnight hours. Even there were some embedded thunderstorms across parts of our area, and our area did receive a substantial amount of rain. And before all is said and done in the 7-day forecast, the chance of some more rain does exist. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. You really don't see much showing up. Doesn't necessarily mean it's doing anything. Again, most of the stuff you don't see on radar is being too light to be depicted on radar. Just some drizzle and some light rain. That's about it. 55 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions. Outside our station in Hazleton, the big number happens to be the rainfall amount. We picked up 1.71 inches of rain since the midnight hour, and the winds generally averaging about 10, sometimes up to 15 or 20 miles per hour. 62 now Mount Pocono, 59 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 60 in Williamsport, 61 in State College, only near 60 degrees in the Wyoming Valley area. Skycast precipitation and clouds. Well, tomorrow we're going to see a lot of clouds around. Should be dry, maybe a little bit of some drizzle. And then you can watch the extent of the next, what could be a more of a rain-soaking event that could impact our area. Notice as we go into Friday, 7 o'clock in the evening, again, the potential of some more heavier rain tapping on our doorsteps. In fact, we'll bring this a little closer to home statewide, and we can show you tomorrow. A lot of clouds around, really nothing significant to talk about in terms of rainfall, and then a couple of chances of some showers by the ending part of the week, and maybe some heavier rain as we start going into our Friday evening. And there you can see the extent of it, the potential of it getting close to our area by about Friday at 7 o'clock in the evening. Still a lot of uncertainties to talk about, but one thing for certain, tomorrow, a little bit of a break from the rain, but still a lot of clouds around, and then a question of where this hurricane goes. Two potential tracks. It can take this dip in a jet stream track, follow this area of low pressure. That means we get a decent amount of rain as well as the East Coast. The other potential as it follows this area of high pressure, steers it away out in the Atlantic, which means a lot of the East Coast gets spared. We'll keep you posted on that. And it's been very warm throughout the entire nation for the month of September. Extended forecast looking like this. The unsettled weather stays with us over the next couple of days, kind of cloudy and cool tomorrow, then a potential some rain Friday and Saturday, even some lasting into Sunday and Monday of next week. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the pick 293, the pick 3158, the pick 44435, and the pick 5 numbers looking like this: 48910, treasure hunt numbers 478, 28, and 30. Stick around. We'll have more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your body was made to move, fluidly and with ease. If the need for joint replacement surgery has stopped you in your tracks, it's time for a plan that can put you back in motion faster. The area's most experienced surgeons, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Edgewood in the Pines, located in Drums, provides the perfect scenery in any season to complement your wedding or special event. From the spectacular colors of fall, a cozy winter setting, or the plush greens of summer, Edgewood will provide a breathtaking setting for your exceptional affair. Edgewood is perfect for weddings, birthday celebrations, showers, baptism, or any special event. From small intimate gatherings to breathtaking formal affairs, your event is certain to be an amazing experience to remember for years to come. Celebrate at Edgewood in the Pines. Work on the new Center City Park in Hazleton is underway. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Work has begun on the new Center City Park in downtown Hazleton. Crews for the past few days have begun preparing the site and started removing some dirt from the area.
The Greco building was demolished. We inherited the property, and we were going to make this a Center City Park. And that's what we're about to do now. We put out specification and people bid on it, and we awarded the bid, and they are now starting to renovate the property.
Unuzi said the contractors are getting rid of some of the old dirt and construction debris from when the building was taken down and filling it with better dirt that will support the growth of grass and trees.
70% of it will be grass and 30% will be parking, so it'll be efficient for different events. But the things we are going to put in there, we're going to put a sidewalk in on Laurel Street, a new sidewalk, and we're going to put lights on Laurel Street, and we're also going to put lights in the park. Some of the stone masons, got together and they're going to put an arch there. So we'll coordinate the arch when they get time to do it.
The mayor said that this year's Christmas tree lighting will take place at the park, since the Christmas tree will actually be planted in the center of the park.
We are going to plant a Christmas tree to have a Center City Christmas tree, and we'll move from City Hall, our celebration, to Laurel and Broad Street and do our tree lighting there.
Unuzi said within a few weeks the hole will be filled in and the concrete will begin to be poured at no cost to the city.
Funding was done through a little CD, and we got the gaming grant money to do it.
The large eyesore in the center of Hazleton is now starting to look a lot better. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Eric DeBerardinis is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Sports on WYLN is sponsored in part by Burger Family Dealerships, Harry's View Pullet, Fairway Chevrolet, Penn State Hazleton, Barber Ford, The Wire Guys, Tri-County Business Machines, Weatherwood Nursing, Hazel Park Quality Meats, John Diana Insurance, Mobility by Steven, Service Electric, Hazleton, S.J. Kowalski Plumbing and Heating, Coordinated Health, Grand Central, and Third Base Luncheonette.
By 9:30 on Friday night, we'll be halfway through the high school football regular season. It has flown by. Right now, our weekly flyby preview of the Wyoming Valley Conference Big School Division. Hazleton travels to Pittston in a matchup of teams on 3- and 4-game losing streaks respectively. Freshman Sparky Wolk making just his 3rd start at quarterback for the Cougars, so their effectiveness on the ground is key against the Patriots, who allowed 316 rushing yards to Crestwood last week. Coughlin with one of the strongest rushing attacks in the conference, but Valley West with the best run defense and overall team. Crusaders riding high with 3 straight victories, but the Spartans riding higher after beating Berwick at Berwick to remain unbeaten. Crestwood and Wyoming area both broke through with their first wins of 2015 in week 4. We'll see a much different game than the Comets' 71-13 victory in 2014. Williamsport and Dallas in different classes, but this game could go a long way in determining each of their playoff fates. The Millionaires might have too much athleticism for the Mountaineers. As we head out of the conference, Berwick hosting 4-0 Selinsgrove. The Dogs giving up just 12 points per game. The Seals just 8 a night. Last year, Berwick won 22-21. And lastly, Tunkhannock seeking their first win in a few seasons against Honesdale out of the Lackawanna League. Injuries happen. That's football. But when they happen to your top 2 running backs just moments apart, that's cause for concern. Tuesday, Penn State head coach James Franklin said he didn't think Saquon Barkley and Akeel Lynch's injuries were season-threatening, but the Nittany Lions will likely be without the pair against Army.
This is why, obviously, development of the guys in your program and recruiting is so important. So you have the depth to be able to handle some of these issues. Losing two guys that were playing at a pretty high level.
Berkeley was coming off back-to-back Big Ten Freshman of the Week honors and averaging 8.9 yards per carry, while Lynch was picking up 5.3 yards a carry. Replacing them will be two freshmen, Mark Allen and Nick Scott, who combined for just 14 yards on 11 carries after entering the game last week.
Obviously, they were behind those other two guys on the depth chart for a reason, but that also doesn't mean that we don't have tremendous faith and belief in them and think that they're going to have an opportunity to do good things for us.
Now, Penn State's two starting safeties, Marcus Allen and Jordan Lucas, also injured and had to spend time on the sideline last week, but they should be a go against Army. That game kicks off at noon on Saturday. At the end of this season, NASCAR will lose one of their most popular drivers, Jeff Gordon, to retirement. At the end of 2016, they'll lose another racing star, Tony Stewart. Today, Stewart announced that he'll step away from the Sprint Cup Series wheel and his number 14 car following next season. The 44-year-old has been on the series for 17 years and has tallied 48 career victories and 2 championships. Clint Boyer will take over the number 14 car in 2017, while Stewart will focus on his ownership duties. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacic is in with a final look at the forecast.
There is something new to look for at your local SureSave supermarket. And quite frankly, when it comes to quality and price for your food, it's the best yet. The best yet means hundreds of items packaged at the peak of perfection and priced for the family budget. Look for the best yet label at your locally owned SureSave supermarket. When you see it, be assured of the great taste at a great price whenever you need it. From canned to fresh to frozen, for quality products at a better price, the best yet, now at your local SureSave supermarket.
The Wiltsey Center presents an evening at the Summit with Frank, Dean, and Sammy, October 10th, 7 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center in Hazleton. The Rat Pack is back through the talent and stylings of these 3 seasoned East Coast performers. Come enjoy the 1960s kings of the Las Vegas Strip. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com and any Ticketmaster location. It's an evening at the Summit with Frank, Dean, and Sammy, October 10th at 7 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center in Hazleton.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
Well, it's been dry across our area, and you know what? We're going to continue to see the rain that we've been seeing like yesterday. It's been a long time since we've seen this amount of rain across our area, and the unsettled weather is not done. We have a couple of chances of some rain in our forecast, and with the rain, the overcast skies, and that boundary that came through, it's really cooling temperatures down, and it's going to be kind of cool over the next several days, so we just kind of going to get used to it. Bring out jackets and sweatshirts because you're probably going to need them, especially through some of those nighttime hours. Temperatures are going to be kind of cool, dropping down into the 40s, and heck, daytime temperatures, high temperatures aren't going to rebound too much. Some areas we're going to be looking at lower 50s for daytime highs, and we'll see what pans out as we go into this upcoming weekend. Worst case scenario is we could see another round of some very, very, very heavy rain. We'll see what happens.
Does not look like a pleasant weekend, and I know it's been raining at the Bloomsburg Fair, so maybe tomorrow. Cross our fingers.
Yeah, that looks like a good day to go tomorrow.
All right, cross our fingers, and it's
Friday night lights, maybe not.
Yeah, right, maybe not. Maybe they'll be dimmed, turned off. Why are you laughing? It's true. I mean, if the rain or cancel some games.
Yeah,
some games they'll play.
But speaking of Friday Night Lights, this is pretty, I can't believe it's already, week 5?
Halfway, yeah. After this Friday, it'll be halfway through the regular season.
All right, well, we'll see who comes out on top and who continues on, and it's not halfway for some of them, so we'll see what happens. Have a good night, everyone, and try and stay dry.